It's showtime. And look at me, forgetting something already. Of course I did, right? That would be my little coupe, my coupe glass, champagne glass, whatever you want to call it, martini glass to some. Um, it's been in the fridge, chilling. And we're gonna make a cocktail today that is perhaps arguably the most famous cognac cocktail of them all. It's the Sidecar, and it has a really fun genesis to the name. And it's over 100 years old. Something all over 100 years old that people are still drinking today, it's good, right? And so the Sidecar really was probably created around World War II. I'm sorry, World War One, even further back. And if you'll remember, World War One kicked off in grand fashion in 1914 at the end of July. Um, yeah, just one of our grand wars. Hopefully, we're not headed into another one, but we are headed into Veterans Day weekend. So I want to thank all of our veterans, young and old, my dad, my uncle, my other uncle, and everyone that serves and has served, because this is a big deal to me. And I know a lot of people, especially here in San Diego, over 240,000 veterans living in San Diego. And so I thought a cocktail that dates back to our First World War might be appropriate. What you're going to need is a cocktail shaker filled with ice, an orange for, well, the peel so we can make a little orange twist, fresh squeezed lemon juice. If you can't make it or don't have time or don't have the inclination, there's always Master of Mixes, the fresh pressed juices, really good. And you need a little brandy, of course. And we're going to use cognac. Cognac is only made in France, kind of like how they've capitalized on champagne. Um, but yeah, this is not terribly expensive either. Courvoisier is the one I'm going to use. And we're going to use a little orange liqueur. We're going to use some Cointreau, only the best from moi, of course. And if you want to sugar the rim, which you might want to, otherwise this is a pretty dry and tart cocktail. You're going to find these super fine crystals from C&H, either in your liquor store or maybe like a store like Marshall's or somewhere that is like a fine baking store or place that you could get a lot of baking goods. Lemon juice, I think that's it. I think we've got everything. And it's the original recipe first appeared in a couple of different books, actually, both in 1922. One was called Harry's ABC of Mixing Cocktails from Harry Macalone, and the other one was called Cocktails and How to Mix Them by a guy named Robert Veermeyer. And both original recipes called for equal parts of cognac, lemon juice, and an orange liqueur, like a Cointreau, and Cointreau obviously French as well, so that's what we're going to go with. Um, but the more modern recipe, which is what we're using, is 1 part or 2 parts, I should say, 2 parts cognac to 1 part lemon juice and 1 part orange, okay? Orange liqueur. So let's just do this. Easy as making it all in one shaker. New bottle. Love it. Okay, so we're just going to use an ounce and a half of your favorite cognac. Beautiful amber color. And then we're going to use 3/4 of an ounce. This one's a little sticky. Turns to sugar, don't you know? And okay, come on. Uh-oh. I think it's the cap is like stuck. How does that see? Oh, well, there we go. Okay. It's coming off and not quite coming off. TBD to take care of that later. Okay, 3/4 of an ounce of your favorite orange liqueur. Like I would say, you're making it for yourself at home. Why wouldn't you go with the good stuff? You can use triple sec. No judgment, no judgment. And the fresh squeeze lemon juice. Truth be told, I keep it in the freezer and take it out anytime I need to make some fresh cocktails. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And then before we shake that up, I'm just going to make our garnish real quick, which includes sugaring the rim if you want, and I want. So I'm going to do that actually with a little bit of lemon juice. You could use whatever you want, but I'm going to use this here from Master of Mixes. And so you got to wet the rim, obviously, a wee bit to get the sugar to stick. Okay, and I just want to do that in a bowl because the glass would not fit in a ramekin, and I didn't want to deal with 2 plates, so whatever. Okay, so that'll be a nice little, and pretty too. This is a really good cocktail. Trust me, I've had more than any one person should be served. I only discovered it when I was I guess I was around 30 and I was working in a bar called 10 Mercer in Seattle on Lower Queen Anne, still exists today. And um, I was a hostess, really, but they served this cocktail. It was their house drink, and it was, let me tell you, but they make it with Metaxa and orange juice, actually. Okay, I'm gonna cut my lemon rind, getting as little pith on there as possible. And you got to have it at room temperature again, as a reminder. Let me cut that a little, make it a little pretty for the pictures, for the gram, you know? Okay. Okay. This is my favorite garnish to make. Cut it like so. Cut a sliver down the center of it because we're going to put it on the edge of the glass. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh, I know what I'm looking for. Something to wrap it around. Something, I don't know. What could work? We'll use a baster. Getting ready for Thanksgiving. Okay, we're going to use a baster. And the heat of your hand should help. Oh, God. I mean, doesn't help that I've had a head cold for like 2 weeks. Thanks, Vegas. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold that with my hand while I shake this with the other. It's called multitasking, people. Learn it, love it. This is such a great drink. Such a great drink. Now, its origin, a couple of bars, one in the UK, let's see, well, one in London, one in France. They both claim that they created it for a customer who showed up in a sidecar, of course, on a motorcycle. But bar historian says that it may have been actually created, more than likely, because have you ever had a bartender give you a little something something in a shot glass? It's what's left in the shaker after they've made a cocktail for somebody. That's a sidecar. But I want a bigger drink. I don't want a shot. Okay, so hopefully that'll kind of keep its form a little bit while I put it on the edge of the glass here where there's maybe not quite as much sugar. And we have a bright, delicious, sweet and tart sidecar. Yummy! Look at me. Happy, happy, happy day to me. Happy hour, happy hour, happy hour to me. I swear I haven't been drinking. I am just rummy from this head cold. Mm-mm-mm. That is so delicious. I love a good sidecar. And again, you probably can make it with any kind of brandy. I've seen rips with pear brandy, apple brandy, like Cavaldo. You could try that. In fact, maybe I'll do that next. But any kind of brandy. But this one calls for a cognac. Again, only from France. I use some Grand Marnier, or no, I didn't use Grand Marnier. I used Cointreau. Again, Grand Marnier and Cointreau, their own thing. And then fresh squeezed lemon juice. I'll get it right one of these days. And some super fine sugar. Again, super fine because you don't want it to. I had somebody make me one of these actually when I first moved to Tampa. I described the drink to them, and that's never a good sign, right? When you have to describe what the drink is to a bartender, bless their heart, or when they're looking it up in a book, they put a sugar rim on it, but they use powdered sugar. Didn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work that way. I would just go without it, if you have to. But, I highly recommend this one. Try this at home. 2 parts of your favorite brandy or cognac, and then 1 part lemon juice, 1 part orange liqueur, and you have yourself a sidecar from the Roaring 20s. Mm, mm, mm. Cheers. Thanks for watching, guys. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do like a Thanksgiving show. Well, we'll be too late. An after Thanksgiving show. After this would be a great drink at Thanksgiving, though, I'm telling you. Friends and family will love it. So take it on. Challenge yourself, why don't you? Have something new. And cheers to the sidecar and cheers to you and good health. Thanks, guys.